Hello and welcome to Theatre.Reviews with Paul Constable. I'm here at the Noel Coward to see the National Theatre production of The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Maybe like me, you've never got round to seeing The Ocean at the End of the Lane. Yeah, it has been around a while. It opened at the National Theatre in 2019. Then COVID intervened, but it was revived, and a tour throughout this year has seen it finally wash up in the West End. There've been plenty of opportunities. So what's your excuse? Well, let me give you mine. It's a children's show. Well, or even if it's not, it's a fantasy. Or even if it is rooted in real life, it's all spectacle and no heart. Well, I've finally seen it, and I can tell you, none of these excuses stand up. Keep watching, and I'll tell you why you shouldn't be put off any longer from seeing The Ocean at the End of the Lane. But first, please like, comment, and best of all, subscribe to help this channel grow and to be informed when I post fresh reviews. The Ocean at the End of the Lane is a stage adaptation by Joel Horwood of a novel by Neil Gaiman. The first point I'd like to make is that the idea of bringing this story to the stage came from a true theatre person. Katy Rudd knows theatre, she loves theatre, and she knows how to make a magical show. Now, I've got to be careful here because the word magical is loaded. There's a whole literary genre known as magical realism, wherein an ostensibly real or normal world has unreal things going on. Then there's the magic that's more properly called tricks, which theatre is full of. And then again, there is the magic of theatre that involves no tricks, but somehow transports us into another world. All these different kinds of magic combine in this production. The story concerns a child. So, is it a children's show? Well, older children will enjoy it. Young ones, I think, will be scared out of their wits. So the answer is emphatically no. It's very much about how we as adults lose our ability to see beyond the world in front of us and to enter into the world of imagination. So, a particular adult is reminded of something that happened to him as a child, or may have happened. We meet his unhappy 12-year-old self, already regarded as weird because he seems to prefer books to people and has gone through the trauma of losing his mother. Keir Ogilvy is magnificent in this part, a stuttering, gangling, wide-eyed performance. He meets a strange girl called Letty, a Peter Pan-like character played with energy and passion by Millie Hikasa. He also gets acquainted with her mother and grandmother, who seem to know things well beyond the time and space they occupy. So begins a fantastic adventure that takes place on their farm and in his house. So yes, it is fantasy, but not Star Wars or Marvel Universe fantasy. This is the everyday world that you and I might occupy, suddenly host to strange goings-on. Like a monster from another parallel world being let into ours and wreaking havoc. And what a monster! Guaranteed to send chills down your spine. Until it's personified into the form of a lodger, Ursula, a sinister performance from Charlie Brooks, all mad eyes and steely smile. And then the battle begins. So there is spectacle, the kind that is more impressive than cinema CGI because it's being created there before your eyes with smoke and coloured lights and swirling cloths and people in costumes. And because we're watching a stage show, the production celebrates stage trickery. None better than the moment when Ursula disappears through a door stage right and instantly reappears through another door stage left. And in this eulogy to the imagination and the way imagining helps us see the truth of the world and how to change it, we are shown how some of the magic works. We see the ensemble of stagehands who carry characters through the air when they're flying, falling or swimming. Or moments when a scene ends and the stagehands move in to remove scenery, only to find the characters decide to carry on talking, so they pause and replace the props. We see the mechanics, but still imagine it to be real. I use the word advisedly since, as this play reminds us, your perception of reality, present and past, will be different to mine. What I'm saying is that, like all art forms, theatre stimulates our imagination, then requires our imagination in order for it to work. If it were purely to enjoy the magic of theatre, I'd recommend seeing this show. But there is more, much more, and that's in the power of the storytelling. The boy regularly quotes from the Chronicles of Narnia, but also Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan. And like so many great stories, the ocean at the end of the lane engages our heart as it takes us into the world of this lonely young misfit. It leaves us simultaneously uplifted and sad. It's irrelevant whether the events really happened or simply took place in his imagination as a way of coping with an unfriendly world. The point is the story of threatening monsters, benevolent witches, and a faithful friend is grippingly real for him and for us. Neil Gaiman is one of the great storytellers, and all praise to Joel Horwood too for adapting the story into 2 and a bit hours of character-driven adventure. The other actors deserve recognition. Trevor Fox, who plays the boy's father, and the boy as an adult, is as funny, melancholic and eccentric as adults so often are in children's eyes. Laurie Ogden is suitably annoying and obnoxious as the boy's sister. Kemi-Bo Jacobs is Letty's gentle, loving mother. Finty Williams makes her grandmother seem as old as the hills, but with a glint in her eyes that shows she's as sharp as a brand new knife. And while I'm giving credits, I must praise, or more properly bow down, to set designer Fly Davis, costume and puppet designer Samuel Wyer, lighting designer Paule Constable, and magic and illusions director Jamie Harrison. So, even if you normally shun shows about children or flee from fantasy fiction or sidestep spectacle, I urge you to make an exception and go to the Noel Coward Theatre to see this 5-star show about the power of storytelling. I hope you enjoyed this review, or at least found it interesting. And if you did, please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. Then you'll be the first to know about my future reviews. And if you want to read my reviews, go to Theatre.Reviews. You can also follow me on X, Mastodon, Threads, Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for watching.